Coosh is about to happen again, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So the Coosh Language Festival, Manx Language Festival, will be taking place between Wednesday the 2nd and Sunday the 6th of November. So it's still, a few weeks away, but good to get it in your diaries now. And we've got 14 events happening over the 5 days. And there really is, we hope, something for everybody, whether you're a complete beginner, so there's pop-up Manx language classes that are taking place, like taster classes at the Henry Bloom Noble Library in Douglas, right through to if you're a really confident speaker and you've been speaking for years. There's things like talks in Manx and, all sorts of stuff, and pop-up conversation sessions and things like that as well. So, and anyone in between as well. So there's also things that are family friendly for, younger children, right through to adults as well. So we've tried to really try and cover all bases.
You can have a Coosh anytime, really, can't you?
You can, yeah, because it's like a cosy chat, really. That's one of the meanings. Coosh has a few different meanings, really, including things like a cause or a chat or a conversation or a matter. It's got lots of different meanings, but if you hear in Manx English, you might have heard people say, oh, let's have a little Coosh, a little cosy chat. And I love that. It's nice. Two of the things I would definitely recommend for people just wanting to kind of find out about Manx is firstly, the Saturday the 5th of November in the daytime between 11 and 4 at the Laxey Institute, there'll be an event going on all day, and there'll be all the different language organisations there telling people about what they do. So it kind of hopefully will, if you're brand new to the language, hopefully it'll demystify it a little bit and what everyone does. But also things like artisan crafts in Manx as well. There'll be different refreshments that you can buy, cake and tea and coffee, possibly even a little bit of soup, and pop-up workshops and performances and bits going on throughout the day. So definitely recommend coming along to that. And the other thing that went down really well last year, so well that in Cruinnicht have decided to repeat it, is an event called Cruinnicht Vananach a Siúnach, and that very long Manx name is the traditional name for a set of really informal kind of competitions that happened a long time ago. I think it was like 100 years ago or something. It's an evening of really informal kind of get up and have a little go, different Manx language sort of informal competitions. Nothing like, not sort of hardcore. No one's going to be sat there with scorecards. It's not that sort of thing. But last year there was like your best Manx jokes. So that was either in Manx or about Manx language, so you could have it in English but about Manx. And then there was little things like a spelling bee where people were trying to spell, and then there was lots and lots of other things like a song class as well, and that could be a song in Manx or a dialect poem or whatever. So it wasn't completely in Manx, but my face hurt from smiling and laughing so much. It was lovely.
I think that's the thing, because like you said, you don't have to speak it. If you're around it, it's almost sort of normalising it, isn't it, as the language itself. If you hear it more and more, which we do all around the Isle of Man, it becomes more normal. And actually, you do see it a lot more as well, because now it's all over, mugs, coasters, cards. There's so much now that utilises the Manx language, isn't there?
I think it's just one of those things that it's just another thing that makes the Isle of Man really special. And if we can use Manx, why wouldn't you use Manx, I love it when you get a request from translation requests, because we run a free translation service at Culture Vannin as well, for people who want to use Manx on, their business signs and things like that. I won't give the game away, but I had someone get in touch the other day, and that will make a big difference around the island for what they've asked for. And I was so excited, and I thought, yes! And they'd said, well, this happens in Wales, so we actually would love to see this happen in the Isle of Man. So yeah, it's going in a really good upward trajectory. So the festival is Coosh, so COOISH. And if you want to find the programme, you can go to www.learnmanx.com/Coosh, and it's all there.
Speaking of the sort of, I suppose, the profile of Gilg then, would it help to have some more sort of high profile people speaking it? Like, I'm just thinking, the likes of MHKs or whatever, if some of them want to learn some Manx.
Well, in fact, we actually, we being myself, Phil Gorn and Joe Collister on GBIN, the Manx Language Network, actually ran a session for MHKs and MLCs up at Tynwald looking at using Manx in Tynwald. So Phil ran a session on actually going through the different phrases that you would use and getting people confident on how to say those. I talked a bit about, why Manx is important, a bit about the history of Manx, and Joe talked about what happens within the sort of Manx curriculum at schools. And interestingly, I heard from the president of Tynwald that not long after we delivered that workshop, the use of Manx had really gone up in Tynwald, which was great. And so I think, there are a few people in Tynwald who are interested in learning a bit more, which is great to hear. And also, of course, the Lieutenant Governor used Manx on Tynwald Day, and that was the first time that section had been done within living history as well. So that was really, really good. But I think the more and more people who speak it and use it, and the more visible it is, no matter who you are, you don't have to be in a high powered job. If we just, if someone was to say Guramayad in the co-op, for example, when they're getting their food shopping, that's using a bit of Manx and getting it heard, which is actually one of our 40 Manx things. Say Guramayad, thank you, to a stranger. So I do make a point of doing that actually myself, just saying something small like Guramayad or Fastamai or Moramai when I pass people on the street, because it is just about getting Manx heard and seen a lot more. So yeah, if you want to use a bit, please do.